Oh, darn. Hey, you guys. I'm here. Hi, you guys. Can you see me okay? My glasses are dirty. Hey, so I decided to come at you guys from outside again. Let me fix that. I don't want that trash can in my shot. Let me fix it. Hey, Miss Kiki. What's good? What's good? Let me go get this trash can out of my shot. I'm in the backyard again because we outside. Kendrick Lamar said we outside, y'all. He said we outside. It opened up. We outside. I got inside. There, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing. Pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing. I like that song too. The other day that song came on. Let me tell you guys something. So you guys know I have these two sons, right? One's 11 and one's 16. And so the 11-year-old heard that song and he said, "Mommy, that song about you is on." And I said, "What song?" He said, "You're different." I love the children. I love the children. Okay, you guys. Happy Friday. How was your Juneteenth? I told you guys last time I saw you guys, it was Juneteenth, and we had our Juneteenth celebration here on the larger curves. Okay. And I told you that I had to leave because we were going over to the Capitol for the Juneteenth thing, right? I told you all that. I told you all that, right? We got there, and I got Rockstar parking, of course, because I be manifesting it. But I have parking angels. I have a lot of angels. But the parking angels hook me up. Okay. So we pull up in front of the Capitol and get Rockstar parking. And then we had a little meter thing happening, and I look over there and I see some awnings, like the little gazebo tent things. And I'm like, oh, this must be the place. I only saw a couple though. And I was like, maybe they're just still setting up or something, because the invite that I signed up for on Evite said that it happened from like 10 to 6. So I was like, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it goes around the Capitol. Maybe it's not just on the west stairs of the Capitol, y'all. We finally get the money in the meter, because it was like, how many larger curves family members does it take to feed a meter, was what was happening. I mean, it literally took like 6 whole minutes to get the thing to accept coins. It wouldn't accept my card. It wouldn't accept. And then it took a different card from husband, and it finally accepted it. And we finally get an hour on the meter, finally get all that taken care of. You guys know what? We looked up. We looked down. We was doing them. We looked up. It was 2 awnings. I see some people. We look down. We do the thing. We're doing the thing. It takes good 6 minutes, you guys. Look up again. I'm like, where'd they go? The awnings were gone. They had quit the thing. So I'm like, well, maybe they moved them to a different place. Maybe it was part outside, part inside. So I walk on over to the one booth that's still there, but they're packing everything up. And I said, yeah, what happened? And where's the Juneteenth thing? And they were like, oh, that guy over there, he's very angry, and he made us all shut down, and we're leaving. I said, it said it was going till 6. They were like, it was supposed to. It was only like 11:30, 12. It was like 12:15. And they had shut it down. Speaking of smashing, go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell on your way in so you can get notified next time I upload a video, and so you can become part of this beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. Now, so today, the full moon that's happening tonight on Happy Solstice, BT Dub, Happy Summer Solstice. Um, So the full moon that's happening tonight is in Capricorn, which I am, and it's about letting go things that aren't serving you and stuff. And so I was like getting ready for my full new moon thing, okay, because I got my I retwisted my hair, I washed it with the lemon fluff, OG lemon fluff from Gabriel's hair stuff. Those who know, your grandma or your great grandma might have used it. And so I washed my hair. I did a pedicure. I'm all oiled and slathered. I did my red thing on my face. And look, y'all, I told y'all how I be trying to lay my baby hairs, right? So I even laid my baby hairs. This is actually the third time they keep popping up because while I was in the house getting ready, mama had a heat flash and the things curled back up. I was talking to Naughty Love and she said, girl, I leave my naughty. That's why my name is Naughty. I said, well, I was just trying because when they're down, right? When they down, they down. But you guys, this is gelled. So as soon as mama gets another heat flash, then it's going to be gel. Like I told you, it's Tammy Faye Baker about the hairline. And then it gets on my face. And then I'm like, and it's like all sticky on my face. So then I have to go wash my face. And then, yeah. So the things we go through trying to get baby hairs. And when I'm still, I'm taking I could take Geritol right now, y'all. I could take Geritol and mama still has the nerve to try to have these baby hairs. Don't judge me. Do not judge me. They make them look so fun, don't they? They be making these baby hairs look fun. 60-year-old ladies got gray baby hairs down to their. See, I thought that was too close though. I was like, look, these are all my little natural hairs, right? So I was like, let me just put them where baby hairs go from when I was a little girl. You just had the little baby hair edges. Now these grown women baby hairs be like 3 inches of baby hair, like to your freaking eyebrows. I'm not sure about that. Or if everybody who has these freaking baby hairs actually have a very small hair thing happening that they immediately get to your eyebrows. I think that's too much baby hair. Just a note to those who are listening. And it's really a note to self because I'm not judging y'all. I'm just saying, or maybe I'm hating because mine don't reach to my freaking eyebrows the way that, like, if I was Portia, I feel like they would be about right here. If I was Portia, they would be about right here. If I was anybody on a reality show, if I was Caroline Brooks, they'd be about right here. Anybody on a reality show who has the baby hairs, they have them to like right above their thing. And that's just too hot, y'all. That's just too hot. Anyway, happy Friday. Happy summer solstice. Happy full moon. Happy new beginnings. Happy everything. Okay, let's just be happy. Let's just do that. How about speaking life? I've been really about speaking life. I told y'all I'm on my 7-day mental diet where if I have a negative thought, I'm supposed to catch it in the first like millisecond and be grateful is part of the sauce. Also, just saying what I want instead of what I don't want, focusing on what I have instead of what I don't have. And so it's just all like this mental like jousting, right? Because so much of the world is designed to help us point out what the fuck the problem is, right? So I'm just doing some mental stuff over here in LRGA Curves world, trying to be a better human on this journey. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just a more peaceful human, happier human on this journey, as is Monique Samuels, you guys. So Monique Samuels recently went live on her Instagram and was talking about those rumors that she was going to be on Traitors. Remember, she was going to be on Traitors. The rumors had it, but now the cast has been named, and Robin Dixon. Who else is on there? Robin Dixon and some other ones are on there, but not Monique Samuels. And so I guess people were asking her in her live about this whole thing about whether or not she was on Traitors or going to be on Traitors. And there we go. And so she did a live because she's planning a trip to Bali where you guys can sign up and pay for the accommodations and travel as a group with you guys can travel as a group with Monique Samuels because you know she's a world-class traveler, you guys. She be traveling. So she's doing a Bali get together. And you know who else is doing a Bali get together? Was DJ Richie Sky. And his is already planned and everything, and she's just doing it. So I didn't know if like she got that idea or if it's one mind. You know how there's really only one mind. But anyway, so she did the first half of her live was about this trip and how to get there. And then she came back for more. It says, spilling all sorts of herbal and caffeinated tea. I missed y'all too. So, and that was going to be my observation, is that it appears as though Miss Monique Samuels might be missing the attention that comes with being in front of the cameras and a reality star. You know, I mean, it is quite addictive. I'm sure, I'm positive that it's quite addictive, and that you might think, oh, I don't want this. Oh, I don't want this. And then you don't have it. And now you want some people to go to Bali. So now you wish you had it again. So your trip could be even more live or whatever. I'm not really sure. I just make up as I go along, right? But anyway, she's going to tell us about Traitors, and I'm not sure how Candy Girl gets brought into this. So we're going to listen to it together, because in what I heard, it was something about, she was saying that Candiace Dillard Bssett, yes, that Candiace from Real Housewives of Potomac, the one who she mollywopped and has yet to fully apologize, because she don't see nothing wrong with that happening in her world, even to this day, to offer an apology for mollywopping that girl. I mean, I'm sure had her daughter been mollywopped, she would want an apology on her daughter's behalf. So why wouldn't anybody want an apology for Candiace's behalf? And any fucking body who tells me that they want to intellectually joust with me and pretend that a grown woman saying, "What are you going to do? Drag me?" was an invitation to literally be dragged by another grown woman who pays taxes, rears kids, and has sex with a grown man with consent. There's nothing about that equation that says or justifies the violence and the physical assault that was put on Candiace from Monique Samuels. To this day, I stand by that. And as some of you might know, that's why I started this whole little freaking channel, was because in the YouTube streets, they were dragging me. They were dragging me. Okay, like I was a black man dating a white woman in the South in 1932. They was dragging me. Okay, in the streets of YouTube, because I was going up trying to windmill for old Candy Girl, saying that that wasn't what was supposed to have happened. And the people was like, oh yeah, well, she said it, she asked for it, and you always get what you asked for. I'm like, y'all, half the people that said that shit were black. I'm like, I'm just now speaking life. But when, let the record reflect, do black people usually get what they ask for? I'll wait. Sometimes never. So in this particular case, we were supposed to have the delivery of violence because somebody allegedly asked for it. Anyway, y'all got some growing to do. That's all I say. That's all I say. I'm team keep your hands to your fucking self, unless it is a direct threat to your person or loved ones or something like that. Then you can get with the mollywopping. Or, okay, so what? And so that lady did walk up to my husband and I did get at that ass. So, but that was an assault on my loved one, right? But anyway, so, I mean, but we're all entitled to our opinions. I'm not saying that you all are super crazy for believing that bullshit, but I'm just saying I don't agree with the intellectual dishonesty that somehow Candiace asked to be mollywopped on TV. You'll never sell that over here. Never. But in the meantime, what we're going to sell is Monique Samuels somehow dragging Candiace into this again. I guess once you have a great storyline, you just stick to it, don't you? Don't you, Monique? So let's take a listen. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Put a 1 in the chat, and I'm gonna let this play. Let me turn this up. That's on 100. She's not saying anything yet. Yeah, verbal is fair game. Don't touch me, says Dion.
Okay, I'm
Hello,
back.
Be More Shorty. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday.
Hey, I know y'all had
Hey,
a
Miss
ton of
Kiki.
questions and things like that because
Yes.
it's been a while since
Princess
I've been
AG. Hey, beautiful.
live. So I wanted to hop back on and just give y'all the space to ask me anything y'all want to ask me. It's been so long. We need to catch up. So tell me what's going on. Anything y'all want to know. Y'all know I'm an open book. So just put it in the comment section and we'll take it from there. Where's the hair wrap from? It's actually a friend of mine, Janelle. She actually has, you know what? She done changed her page, her handle, but she sells them, and I get them from her. So I love her wraps because they're so Afrocentric and cute and stuff. So yeah, yes, I am back. I am back. Can I come back to RHOP? Come on, y'all. Y'all know that's not going to happen. Y'all know that's not going to happen. The hair is fierce. Thank you. Are you in a relationship? Absolutely, with myself. Yes, no, I'm not in a relationship right now. I've been just, on this healing journey. I don't even know how to date. I don't even know what that means. Like I was with my ex for 17 years and we were friends and then it just turned into what it turned into. So like I've never just dated. I've never going out to dinner with somebody and just with the intention of let's sit down and let's see if we like each other. Like I've never done that. So it's not really my thing. So no, I'm good. Any other reality shows? No. I know people had some questions about the Traitors and did you move out of the House of Potomac? Yeah, I've been moved out. I've been divorced for almost a year, y'all. Like it's literally coming up a whole year. This is my new home and I bought this house I bought this house last March. So I didn't move in though because I remodeled and all of that stuff. I love my home. I love it. I call it my safe haven. It's everything that I needed it to be. And it's like I feel like I'm so secluded and out in nature. Like I hear birds chirping early in the morning. I don't know if y'all see my post, but I got chipmunks and squirrels and all kinds of birds that come right up to my window. Like I love it. I'm so much in peace here. It feels like my place of healing, and I'm so excited about it. A tour. I am going to do a tour for y'all one day, but honest to God, I have been nonstop working myself into exhaustion for the past 17, 18 years of my life, while being in a relationship and being married and then becoming a mom and then reality TV and then more reality TV. And I'm at a point where I just let things go with the flow, and I'm pretty moved in, but it's not all done yet. Like I still have things that I need to get for my home. I still haven't put away a lot of stuff. My office is still sitting here looking at me like, when you gonna unpack me? And I've been here, since September. So yeah, but when I feel like the time is right, I definitely will give y'all a tour. Y'all get little glimpses though. Like every time when I post certain things, y'all do get some glimpses. Are you friends with any of the Potomac girls? I keep up with Ashley the most. So yeah, I still keep up with Ashley for sure. Yeah, your skin is flawless. Thank you. Y'all got to check out my skincare line, the Flawless Collection, Mila Eve Essentials. Matter of fact, let me put that up here. Shop.
Hey, Corey.
Mila.
Hey, Allie. Thanks for coming through.
And save 20% off. I'm having a 20% off sale today. Save 20%.
We're listening to Monique.
Promo code Juneteenth 2024. So Juneteenth 2024 is the promo code. You can get my skincare line. It's literally the whole sale is store wide.
I scratched my glasses.
Midnight Eastern time tonight. I will be at the kickoff this weekend, which is the 5th annual Kickstart. That's not kickoff. Kickstart to Health and Wellness Expo in DC, brought to you by Black Girl Health. That's who I was just on the live with. So yes, you look so healthy. Glad you're emoting peace and healing. Thank you so much. I honestly feel the best and the happiest that I've been in my entire life. I'm 40 years old. I feel like I've come into myself. Like, right, I'm no longer Corey? Doing things to please other people. I'm no longer trying to prove myself to other people. I feel like I am a grown ass woman.
Right, Corey? She's like walking outside and she puts her hand out and a bluebird, not T'Challa, because I was just thinking about T'Challa. Remember her African parrot? So a bluebird comes and they come and light upon her shoulders, and the butterflies come to her, and the squirrels come to her feet. It's so magical. I was thinking about, she does have a way with animals, y'all. She does. Hey, Aaron. You guys, be sure. I don't know if there's a way for you to share your channels in here. Aaron, share your channel, please. And Princess AGTV, she has a channel in these YouTube streets too. And I love her. If you could share her channel. Allie from Miami has a channel in these YouTube streets. She should be in the description. She should be, but sometimes it'd be tripping. But anyway, let's keep listening, y'all.
Now, and I'm walking in that. Like, I understand who I am. I have fully accepted myself, and I'm fully aware of myself. And it's been such a journey. I have boundaries now. Like, I am not the same person that I was even a year ago. But I feel really good. I think that.
I wonder if she's not the same person to the point where she will apologize authentically and sincerely from one woman to another woman. Is that too much to ask? Now that'll make some blue jays sit on my shoulder, okay?
A lot of times when people say, "Oh, I'm doing really good," you can tell by how they look. You can tell by how they carry themselves. You can see the heaviness and the weight. You can see beyond the mask at times, and I love that I no longer have to wear a mask. I literally just I say what I want. I mean it. It comes from the heart. I mind my business. I don't judge people for their situations. I don't take things personally like I used to. I really feel free. I feel free, and I feel my freest when I'm traveling. So I love to travel. I love sharing that with y'all.
Yes, get that sharing on. You guys make sure and go through and smash these other creators' buttons, because there's enough to go around.
Where will we see you next? We miss you. I'm glad you're divorced. You seem better. Thank you. Who's the guy you on a trip with? You were holding hands and everything. My son. I was just in Belize with my 3 children. Either I'm traveling with my kids or I'm traveling by myself. So that's been my thing. I love your message. I'm trying to rip my mask off and I aspire to be like you one day. Oh, thank you. Be better than me. Get it sooner. Get it sooner.
Hey, Chanel's Reality. Will somebody please drop Chanel's link? She has a channel in these YouTube streets.
Wear a mask in the first place is if you're trying to basically appease
I'm going to skip the ads for you guys.
Show something that you think they want to see. And true healing comes when you realize that my life is about me. Like, this is me. This is who I am. And it's all about
and Q's channel.
And you have to really go on a journey
Marie's
to understand
channel. There's enough to go around, you guys.
To you where you did not love yourself, or you fell out of love with yourself, or maybe you've never gotten to the point where you truly loved yourself. Maybe
and we all have different points of view to add and different things that might be an extra chapter that you don't necessarily have. You know what I'm saying?
So that was me. I didn't even realize
for sure
that I was lacking in the self-love department.
Let's check each other out.
How do you keep so slim? Honestly, this is just how I'm built. Like, I've always been slim. The only time I've ever gained weight is during pregnancy. A lot of times when y'all saw me on TV was right after I had a baby, and then pregnant. So I've always been 120, 5'7", 120. I've been this same weight and height since high school. This is just naturally me. The only time I actually gain weight is when I work out.
Yeah, let's get her there.
I eat a plant-based
and smiling
diet.
with Aaron too. Aaron, do you already have
now without eating meat?
How many do you have, Aaron? Are you already to 500 too?
All that good stuff.
If so, let's get you to 1,000.
Let me say, the older you get, to the older you get, embrace it. You embrace it even more. Yeah, definitely matured, and I can see you look freed up. Thank you for that, and it's definitely true. Yes. Bali trip. How do you get single rooms? Is it extra? Yes. So you can get a single room for the Bali
Yeah,
trip. So
Erin has about 300. Let's get her to 500 too.
A series of trips. Bali is going to be my first one. We're
Let's
going
see
to
what
Bali
Black and
June
Honest is
of
dealing
next year,
with.
June 22nd to 29th. The trip goes live this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. For those who signed up for email alerts, you'll get an alert right away. In order to secure your spot for the trip, it's a 25% down payment that secures your spot. The balance is not due until 90 days before the trip. So for those who sign up right away, the early bird rate, you'll save $500. So the trip fee, if you're early bird, is $2,875. That's for 8 days in Bali.
So now she's going to be talking about her
meals. There may be like 1 or 2 meals.
That trip that I told you about that she's doing to Bali, where she's going to be hosting an international trip to Bali. So she's going over those specifics. Let's get at some of these comments. You guys are very welcome for sharing. There is enough to go around. Uh-oh.
Have to get to Bali.
Let's go like
so
that.
You have to make sure you research in the website where all the information
So it looks like
the trip itself,
for the trip, she said you guys have to get to Bali yourself. What she's talking about, that 283 that she's talking about, is once you get to Bali. Okay. So that's a really big feat, organizing an international trip for fans as crazy as we are.
Travel is like my passion. It's life-changing.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you guys know what? I just found out about this website that you can go to and ask for people to fund your next travel, and it's like it works. It's like they've funded so many trips, and it's just people that want other people to experience traveling and stuff, and they pay for it. They don't have to accompany you, and you don't stay where they tell you to, so it's not like a trafficking or nothing situation. But like, you tell them where you're planning on going and see who wants to sponsor your trip. Have you guys heard of those sites?
Who secured their trip and they're going?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a monthly Zoom where we check in. All of us can basically get to know each other. This way, once the trip comes next year in June, you don't feel like you're going somewhere with a bunch of strangers. And one thing I know about myself, I align with.
I don't know how to fast forward her through this. Is that a separate trip from? Yes. So that's what I was saying also. So I hope I didn't confuse anybody when I said earlier that Monique is hosting a trip to Bali. And I had already heard prior to hearing about Monique's trip that DJ Richie Sky, shout out, because we love him, Sky Squad. So DJ Richie Sky had already had this trip to Bali planned also. So these are two separate trips. DJ Richie Sky, I heard of first. Now we're hearing about Monique Samuels, and she's talking about it in this particular thing. Now, the mere fact that DJ Richie Sky was a DJ would imply to me that his trip is going to be lit, because DJs know how to keep the party hype. And he seems like a very in tune kind of DJ guy, right? Like one who would read the dance floor. And if nobody's dancing, it's time to turn the up, right? And or change that record, Mr. DJ. He seems like he's that kind of DJ, you know. You can tell a good DJ by the number of asses shaking on the floor. That's how you could tell. That's how you could tell. So, yeah, he seems like he would keep the asses shaking even on a trip. And Monique, though, being a world-class traveler, as a woman, I could see like going with her and having a whole other set of fun nights, you know, or just self-caring, loving yourself, learning, growing, being international jet setty. You know what I'm saying? Like, so both trips serve a great purpose, and it's a great undertaking. Look, one day, LRGA Curves, we're going to have a trip, and we're going to meet up someplace. Maybe we'll go to Jamaica, man, and have to go and party. Yeah. and go check out Hedonism. I'm still not getting in that water. No, you're not catching me in that water. No. I the only one see the stuff floating. Yeah, I'll tell you guys about that story another day. But I'll take you guys there. You guys get in the water on your own risk. Mama doesn't do public water. That's all I know. And it's because of hedonism. Exactly. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying that when I happen to go to the grotto thing, the little place that's like at the Playboy Mansion.
Would actually happen on Traitors.
Okay, here's the Traitors part.
Y'all want to know what went down with Traitors? All right, here it is. All right, let me make sure. Okay, all right. So here's what happened with the Traitors. I considered doing the show. I was really excited about it. Number one, let me back up and just say that I didn't realize that the Traitors was like NBC Universal. I don't watch TV.
Hey, Shay
So
B.
when the opportunity came about, my manager reached out and was like, "Hey, would you want to do the Traitors?" And I'm like, "What is it?" It's like a competition challenge kind of show, and like Fear Factor meets Mind Games and this and that. I was like, "Oh, that sounds fun." So I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm interested. Put my name in it." So then I started watching all the old episodes. Then I realized, like, oh, this is NBC Universal. Oh, they have housewives on here. Oh, okay, this is interesting. But then still, I was down. So I heard that they wanted me to be on the show. I said, okay, let's do it. We started talking numbers. I was like, for me to go away for that period of time, I need to make sure the money's good. And I also need to make sure, because I have children, I have 3 kids, and I have a home, and I have a dog, and I have a parrot. So I'm like, I got to make sure that it makes sense for me to leave my job for a whole month or however long. It needs to make sense, right? So that was one concern. Then you know how it is with reality TV stuff. It is always last minute. They act like you don't have a life outside of whatever it is they're trying to do. And I just was like, you know what? They're taking too long. If they don't come back with something really soon and respond to whatever, reason they're offering, give me some better numbers, then I'm not gonna be able to do it. And that's pretty much what happened. But then on the back end, I heard about some shady stuff that was going on. So apparently they were trying to put me and Candiace from RHOP on the Traitors at the same time. I didn't know that she was pregnant. I didn't know that she was supposed to be on the show. And the only reason that I found out is because my manager is well connected. And we started finding out all of this stuff. And I'm like, first of all, that's low down to try to put a pregnant woman in that position. That's jacked up, number one. Second of all, I don't even know why a person that's pregnant would even do that show or want to do that show, because it's a lot of physical challenges and stuff in there. So I thought that was weird. But regardless, I'm like, why would you try to take something from a totally different show and try to make it something that could potentially be very nasty? When I watched the first and second,
I had to stop it right there. She started this whole thing talking about she's a whole different person. She's totally changed. And Corey,
Traitors, and I watched the other Traitors.
And Corey was in the comments talking about when will we see through her. And I was thinking to myself, now Corey with her skeptical ass, why she got to say that? Let the woman change. Maybe it's years later. Maybe she'll be able to apologize. I even said it. Where did Corey say that? You said it, Corey. Where you say that at? Where you say that at? Where you say that at? Where she say it? Because what she said was perfect. Because I was like thinking in my mind, well, did she change? Did she change? Could it possibly be that she's changed? Here she said, when will we see beyond her mask? Really? It was all a mask still, you guys. Why would it be potentially nasty? It's all these years later. You had all this time to reflect. You're a completely different person, Monique. And maybe I should let her finish talking before I get all riled up, because I could talk myself all the way out onto the ledge, be looking over, ready to like power drill on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it should have let him finish the sentence. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to up and let her finish her sentence. Okay? I'm going to up. Okay? Okay. I'm going to just let her talk, you guys. And then I'll give the commentary. Hey, Gail.
Traitors, like Traitors UK, all of that. It wasn't about their personal lives. It was more about just the show in itself. And if you get picked as a traitor and if you're faithful and all of that. And I thought that was so much fun. I actually was really excited about the opportunity and being able to do the show. But once I started finding out all of the shady shenanigans that were also going on behind the scenes, and they couldn't afford me. So I was just like, I'm not doing this. And then once I found out about all the shady stuff that was going on, I was like, you know what? Let them know that I decline not only this season, but every other season. Like, I'm not doing it at all now because now you turned me off. And that is what you call boundaries. And that's what I now had. And I love that. I love that I don't have to do stuff. You know, I don't feel obligated to do anything that I'm not excited about. So that took the excitement away because it was almost like y'all were trying to be shady and set things up in a way that was just like, because when you get there, you don't know who else is going to be there until you land. So I thought that was really like low down, especially because everybody knows that situation is very sensitive. And I highly doubt that if it was two white women that from another like housewife show, I highly doubt that they would put them in that position. So you ain't gonna be doing us black queens like that. Like, I don't care whatever they think might have happened behind the scenes or in front of the scenes when it came to that situation. That's what I'm not about to do. Not at this day and age in this time of my life. So I was like, nope, ain't going down. Not gonna do it. You're not about to have black women on TV looking crazy. Not on my watch ever again. So that's my position on that. And that's actually what went down. So it was like a double-edged sword. Number one, they couldn't afford me. And number two, they were trying some shady stuff, which made me say, I'm not ever doing that show. So, and it would have been really cool because I do like stuff like that. Like, I love like challenges and like mind games and all of that, trying to figure things out. And, you know, so I thought that would have been like a fun opportunity. And I was down for it until they came with the mess. So I don't deal with the mess. So if they still ain't figured it out, they're going to find out now. So, yeah. So that was the story on that.
To see fur fly.
Yes.
To see fur fly, Corey.
Yes, I'm reading y'all's comments, y'all. Sorry, I was talking so much. There's so many comments.
You're so crazy.
But yeah, it was crazy, and it was crazy for no reason. Like, it could have been amazing. It could have been, and nobody would have saw it coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've already made it clear that I'm like, I'm not doing nothing with you know, this, that, and the third, and I'm done with reality. But that would have been a different type of reality. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually here for it. It would have really been fun. I would have turned that show out, y'all. And I love what Phaedra did with the show. Like, the season that she was on, season 2, was so lit. Like, Phaedra was like masterful. I enjoyed watching her work. Like, it was so dope. I was really excited. I like the concept of what they are doing or are doing with the show. I love the concept, but they tried it with me, and I was like, forget that. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. So yeah.
Delulu.
So yeah, where is the first trip and when is it taking place? So as I said earlier, we're going to Bali 2025. It's June 22nd to 29th. The link is in my bio. So if you click on the link, you'll be able to sign up for early notifications. And I'm letting y'all know right now because I haven't really put it out there. So this is my first time like really outside of my stories, letting people know that the trip actually goes live this Sunday. You have to have 25% down to secure your spot 90 days before the trip. So you have plenty of time. You have to turn in the full balance. So you do have to pay for your international trip aside from the fee. The fee covers you while you're in Bali. So it covers your food, activities, hotel accommodations, and any transfers that we're doing while we're there. So it's going to be really fun. I cannot wait. And the wonderful thing about this is that I'm experiencing Bali with whoever goes on this trip with them for the first time because I've never been to Bali. The closest I've been is Thailand. So I'm really excited. So yeah, this is really cool. All right, let me see what else y'all talking about. What else y'all talking about? Like a group trip with solo travelers. Yes. So you can, it can just be you solo. You can get a couple girlfriends, or guy friends, or boyfriends, or girlfriend, however you want to do it. You can get together and y'all all go on a trip, and then we'll hang out. We're gonna have a good time. So it's however you want to do it. So yeah. Oh no, I saw y'all's comments to save the live because you joined late. Yes, we're talking about. Let's see. Yeah, I'll save the live. I'll save the live. Did the kids enjoy their stay in Belize? Yes, we had such a good time. The weather was perfect the entire trip. We explored. We rented a golf cart and we just left. Like we did our thing. We were staying at Key Calkers, so we did like the whole split. We took our golf cart. We had a guy who operates like a little boat taxi, and he put us and the golf cart on the boat and took us across, and we explored the other parts of the island. We had such a good time. We did so many activities. We did cave tubing. We went to the Belize Zoo. We fed wild stingrays. Like we had, and then there's this beach called Bliss Beach that is just so dope. It's owned by these French guys, and it was incredible. It was such a vibe. The food was good. Like they had like a charcuterie and different like cheese boards and things like that. I don't drink alcohol, so I had virgin mojitos the whole time. Me and the kids, because they love them too. So yeah, we just really enjoyed it. It was a nice bonding time for us. I love traveling. My children love traveling. It's what we do, and it's how we connect and how we love on each other. So, and I love traveling with my kids. My three, Chase be giving me a hard time every now and then with the whining, but because he's the youngest, so it's expected. But other than that, like I love traveling with my kids. Like they are the best. I be telling them all the time, like, I like y'all. And they be laughing. I'm like, no, seriously. I'm like, y'all my kids and I love y'all, but I don't have to like you. I like y'all. Like I love my children. They're so funny. We get silly, we get goofy, we have deep talks. Like they're so intelligent. They really are. So they're my tribe. I love them so much. So yeah. Yes. Yes. So yes, we're still doing the Bali trip. Yes. Let me see. Do you ever eat tofu? That's so funny. I just started making tofu scramble. I do the high. It's like really dense, and me and my kids will like mash it up with our hands, and then we'll put turmeric on it, and we do like tofu scramble with I pan fry like onions and red peppers and yellow peppers, and I season it up, add the tofu in at the end because it'll get rubbery if you put it in too soon. So I do that, and then we make that for breakfast. Like we literally had that for breakfast this morning, so it's really good. Somebody said, "I miss you and Chris together." You don't even know what it is that you miss because you don't even know, like for real, what the relationship was like. So maybe you miss seeing it. So I get it. But we're fine. We're fine. We're moving forward, onward and upward, right? Are the oils good for both genders? Of course. Essential oils don't discriminate. They're good for all color skins. They're good for all genitalia. They're good for everybody. Whatever it is that you need them for, there is an oil for everything. So I have a lot of male and female customers who shop Mila Eve Essentials. I have faithful customers who order every single month, who like swear by my oils. My oils are 100% therapeutic. They're holistic. There's no chemicals in them. They're not aromatherapy. They are therapeutic. So there is a difference. Yes. So yes, they are. What gave you this idea for the group traveling in the first place? It seems so original. So I love traveling, and I would love. So I guess how it started was when I really started posting all of the times that I travel, and people got really excited about it. I saw how many people felt as though they couldn't do it, and I'm like, if you really set your mind to it, you can make a trip affordable. Like you can go some places, and I think a lot of times what we think because we're here in America, a lot of flights are very expensive to get places, right? But once you get there, it is so much cheaper than here. Like, so much cheaper. The biggest cost you'll have really is the flight. So when I kept seeing how many people said, I wish that I could go. And I love when you post your trips because it's probably the closest I'll ever get to going. I'm like, no, you can do this too. Like, you can really do this too. And I realize why people don't travel a lot of times is because they feel like, well, when I get there, I'm not going to know where to go. Is it safe? What do I do? First of all, if you can survive in America, you can survive anywhere in this world, because America is like the most dangerous place. We're
That's
the real
the truth.
third world country. When you get the hell up out of this country and you see how other people live, you'll realize real quick, man, let me tell you, I feel the safest when I'm outside of this country. And I travel by myself all the time. So, and I travel by myself with my children. So yeah, so I want people to realize that what they have been told is not true. I want people to realize that you too can travel, you too can enjoy your life. You can leave this environment and see what's really out there. There's so many people that will leave and don't want to come back. That's me every time. Every time I travel outside of this country, I'm like crying because I don't want to come back. I want to stay wherever I am because it's peaceful and the food is real. And there's not chemicals being sprayed in the air making us sick. And the water isn't as bad as what they try to make us think in other countries. Like, don't get me started. I detox every time I leave this country because I'm breathing in clean air. I am at ease. Like how they say, oh, when you go on trips, it's like island time. It's actually everywhere outside of the U.S. time. Because outside of the U.S., people enjoy their lives. And then they work. And then they have what they need. It's not like this concern where I have to literally spend my entire life working so that I can be old and ancient and then retire. And in all of my good years, I spent working myself into the dirt to make somebody else's company rich. No, ain't about to happen. When you go in other countries, like obviously everybody has their spots. We have our spots here. But when you travel and you see how at peace people are, like, it is incredible. It's like you realize, like, dang, I've been fooled. I've been hoodwinked. You know, America is the
Hey, Krista.
Like, for real. All right, let me see.
Hey, Mademoiselle.
And y'all got all these comments coming in, and I'm missing all of them. Sorry. So yes, travel. So I'm doing this because I want people to have the opportunity to do something different, to give themselves a gift of being free. 8 days. It takes a whole day to get there. So really it's 10 days because you got to leave a whole day before in order to get there on the 22nd. And then when you come back, if you're coming from the US, when you leave, you'll actually come back and arrive back in the US on the same day. But when you're going there, because they're ahead in time, so when you're going there, you have to actually leave a whole day early because it's going to take 24 hours to get there. So, and then it's like, even with the long plane rides, traveling internationally I could be on a plane for 13 hours and be completely fine. It's different. It's a different feeling when you're traveling on an international plane going somewhere like far. The plane's more comfortable. You don't even feel like you're in the air. I would rather spend 13, 14 hours going to Dubai than 6 hours going to LA. Going to LA on a plane, like here, it is so uncomfortable. But then when I'm going like on like Emirates or Qatar or any of those nice airlines, like they do it differently. They feed you and, you know what I'm saying? They give you a blanket and a pillow and, whether you're flying a economy, business, or first class, like it's a different experience. So what you think is a long flight is not that bad. Like 10 hours to Egypt is nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not that bad, you guys.
It's nothing. So if you can get beyond,
especially if you're getting all the way to Egypt,
hours it will take you to get somewhere. Let me tell you, when you get there, it's worth it. It's so worth it. Okay. A lot of times, so someone asked, do I use a travel agency? When I went when I went with the kids and Chris back in 2022, I did use a travel agency for that trip, but the trips, I do them myself. So yeah, I will research the activities. I will make connections. When I get there, like that's what happened to me when I went to Belize with the kids. Like I didn't have anything planned beyond where we were staying and how to take the taxi to the boat dock and the boat dock to the the ferry that took us to 45 minutes on the boat and then had to take another boat taxi to get to. So I didn't have anything pre-planned. Once I got there, I just talked to people. You just go and you make conversation and you find out more and more about where you are, and then you're able to kind of put together something while you're there. So I've done both, but most times when y'all see me posting these trips, like I plan those. Yes, I planned it myself. Like when I went to Thailand with the kids, my mom and Chris that was a while ago. That was like back in like 2017. When I went there, I didn't have a travel agency. I literally, it took me like 3 weeks to map out the flights and the hotel and this, that, and the other. Like it was like 2 weeks to map everything out. And then after I mapped everything out and everything looked good, then I went and purchased everything, like the trips, the airfare, all that stuff. The hotels, booked everything. It takes some time, but I enjoy it, so it's not a big deal for me. I really enjoy it. But yeah, then when I got there, I made connections. I talked to people, asked them where's a good place to go. I did research prior to, so that I could have an idea of what we wanted to see and do while we were there. But yeah, so it's an adventure. Some people don't like those kinds of adventures. You want something that's more like set in stone, which is why I'm doing the trip hosting. So, and I'm really looking forward to it. If I could literally spend my entire life traveling, that's what I would do. I would love it. Meeting people, exploring different cultures, learning different languages, and eating different foods. And oh my God, that in itself is healing. Sitting on the beach with your feet in the sand, letting water splash up against you is healing. If you have chronic pain, issues in your body, if you're mentally overwhelmed and stressed out, travel. Go somewhere. Get away. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. Like, it is the best thing. So, y'all asking me questions about Love and Marriage DC. When I tell y'all I have no clue, I have lived under a rock. I don't know what's going on at all. So I really can't answer any of y'all's questions. Like, I honestly don't know. I have not checked in, asked questions. I don't care. Don't know, don't want to know. So I honestly don't. I'm sorry. I really don't have the answers that I'm looking for.
Yes, Dina.
The Belize is incredible. It was really good. It was really
Hey,
good.
Palaver.
Yes, I've been to Vegas. I actually went to Vegas for my 30th birthday and celebrated there with my bridesmaids. That was so many years ago. Almost 11 years ago. Yep. Yeah, Vegas is cool. Yes. And I didn't get to go to San Pedro. Somebody said San Pedro was really nice. I didn't get to go to San Pedro.
Kotorbe, what's good?
Yeah, I'm plant-based.
Thanks for coming through.
I don't call it vegan.
Somebody be sure to drop her link. She just got to 10,000, you guys. Congratulations.
You're not vegan if you're eating Impossible Burgers and Beyond Meat. You're not vegan. Like, that is like, eating those chemicals are worse than eating actual meat. And I don't know if people don't realize this, but the idea and the concept behind those like chemical meats, the Impossibles and the Beyond.
Let me see. I thought that's what it said. Let me see. I'm checking now.
Off the meat, it was supposed to be something that you did in transition. So it's not something that you eat all the time, like as a meal. And this is like my diet. That's supposed to have been something that will kind of give you the taste of meat without eating it as you're trying to remove
oh no,
palate.
Dang. So yeah, let's get her there, you guys.
And all of that stuff, and
you guys, let's get her there. She's not far at all.
You're not. You're actually really tearing down your body even worse than when you were eating meat. So just be careful. Y'all are asking about the Bali trip. So go to my link in my bio.
Yeah, she's 998, you guys. 998.
So click on the and one more, and then you'll see travel with me to Bali.
Oh, right on.
To the website so you can
no, I see you all over the chats, you beautiful Palaver. Thanks for coming through.
Eastern time. The trip goes live. That's when you'll be able to purchase your spot. There's only 24 spots. And I have a lot of people that have signed up. So good luck. But I will add more trips on. So we'll see.
It can't be too much longer, you guys.
How did your past marriage shape marriage for you for your next marriage? That's actually a great question. I wouldn't say that it shaped me for another marriage. I think what it did was it allowed me to learn myself a lot more. I feel like a lot of times we don't realize that when we're in relationship, who we choose to be with at that time mirrors us. So the things that you get frustrated about, the things that bother you, and a lot of those like little things that just cause arguments, a lot of times that's like you arguing against yourself. it may be a part of you that you haven't accepted yet. And you're arguing about that because it's like you want to change it and you want to see somebody else change it so that you can believe that you can change it. Or you're just not accepting it as a behavior that is actually what you're doing. A lot of times you mirror in those relationships. And once you start to realize yourself and you become self-aware, that's when you really want to start growing. And if you and your partner are not growing together, that's when you start really like, whoa, like what's going on here? Like, what is this really?
Kind of sounds like projection.
That I created? Is this an illusion that I created and really believed? And it's not actually what it is or what I thought it was. And then once you start to peel away the layers and see what you have, then you have to make the choice. Like, is this a facade or is this something that I manufactured? And I think the hard part about letting go is not so much letting go of the person, it's letting go of the idea that you created about the person. And then accepting that they may not be that idea. And then,
yes, just like Kenya.
You kind of like look at your life and you have this whole idea of what your life was supposed to be. And attaching or detaching from that idea is difficult. When you get married, you expect that you're going to be with that person for the rest of your life. And that's pretty much where your mindset is. And when things aren't working out, or if you feel like you are in a situation that is not really helping you to grow and it's not healthy for you mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it may be, it's very challenging. And then you kind of like you're forced to like do I choose myself or do I choose to continue in this illusion and be unhappy? And then you have, for me, I had 3 little people watching me and learning from me and accepting what I was allowing as normal and accepting this as their template. Like, oh, this is how love is. Oh, this is how marriage is. Oh, this is how partnership is. And if it's not what it should be, I am allowing my children to create a template based off of something that's not healthy. And I think that was like the major moment for me when I realized like I have been preaching self-love and boundaries and all of these things to my children, and I've not been showing them that. And children don't do as you say, they do as you do. So they're literally watching you run yourself into a hole. They're watching you lose your identity. They're watching you lose yourself. They're watching you be unhappy. They're watching you cry. They're watching you then put a mask on and acting like everything's okay. That is not a good example. So I do believe that not all issues are things that can't be worked out. So let me say that. But when you get to a point where you are trying to change a person, that's not fair. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to the person. Unconditional love means that I accept you as you are without any changes or modifications. And if you cannot accept that person as they are without any changes or modifications, then that's when you have to make some choices. Because if you are constantly arguing about things that shouldn't really be an argument, and you're fighting for a certain type of love and respect that you feel you deserve, and it's a fight to get it, or you're convincing your person like this is what I need and this is what like that's not a good look. It's not a situation that you want to be in, and it's definitely not something that I would want for my children. As
she's been talking for almost an hour.
Changes, and even as I made these changes, I had to apologize to my kids. I said I have been teaching y'all to love yourself, and I have not been showing y'all what loving yourself looks like. And everything that you have learned from me, I now need to correct. So. Woo. Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm good. 420, you guys.
I realize that by choosing me was also loving my children even better. And now they get a version of their mom. Like, I'm already a great mom. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. I love being a mom. Like, I love it. Y'all, that's one thing that y'all could see on RHOP, Love Marriage DC, or wherever you have seen me, whether you listen to me on the radio, whether you watch or follow me on social media. You can tell I genuinely love being a mother to my 3 beautiful children. Like, I love it. And even with that being said, they are getting a different and even better version of a mom who is even more patient, even more loving, even more understanding. has way more energy, way happier. They're getting to see and meet me in this new position, and they comment all the time. Like when I tell you, my children every day, several times a day, tell me that they love me, like over and over again. Mommy, I love you so much. Mommy, I just love you. Mommy, you make me so happy. Mommy, I've never heard it so much. I love that they
not
feel
a
that
Bronco.
I love that that's the energy that they get when they come around me. You know, I love how
rest in peace, OJ.
And it's beautiful. I feel like I am so much better of a mom right now in this moment than I ever have been. And that is being said with also knowing that I know I'm a great mom, even before. But I feel like I am a free mom now. Like I feel like I'm really able to just
boundaries are important.
Really be the person that I want to be without anything holding me back or frustrating me or me feeling like I'm doing it all by myself. You know, so I love it.
Well, I think the people in her chat, somebody asked her a specific question about the marriage and what she wants in the next one now that she learned from the last one. And that was her answer 20 minutes later.
I would. I think I will when I'm ready. And I feel like I heard this saying that says that you want to love yourself so good. You want to accept yourself so good. You want to show yourself what unconditional love is for yourself. And when you do that, you vibrate even higher, you change your frequency, and you begin to attract a person who is on that same wavelength. And I would rather wait and attract that. I would rather wait and focus on me, love me, and just know that all of that will work out in its time. I'm no longer trying to force things. I'm not trying to control
Thanks for sharing that, Brenda.
I don't want to be manipulative. I don't want to be manipulated.
Thanks for chiming in,
now
Linda.
That I know
Thanks
myself
for
better. You can't manipulate.
Being here, you love this video. Right on.
I'm way more intuitive. I know myself. You can't tell me about myself.
You know, right. Like I can't tell you.
Place, and I want ease. I want flow. I want unconditional love, happiness, joy. I want alignment. I don't want to put on another person what I think they need or think that they want. I want things to just be easy. Like if I enjoy traveling, I know that I'm going to attract someone that also enjoys traveling. Like I'm a great mom. I know I'm going to also attract someone who is great with their kids or what have you. But I'm just not for forcing stuff. And I'm at a place in my life where I want to get it right. You know, I want to get it right. I want to live a life that is full and beautiful and whole. And I know the only way that I can do that is if I do that for me. So, are you like my chair? It's my swing chair.
Yeah, I like
it. That be swinging. I'm like a little bird. I got my parents.
Oh, T'Challa love.
But I like to
T'Challa love.
So I always have some type of
T'Challa love. T'Challa love.
I want behind me too. So yes.
I think she is soon, you guys.
Yes.
Dina.
I every word of this.
I think she might stop soon.
And I'm writing a book.
Oh, good.
Done. I am around 30,000 words.
I bet you are. You hear that, Dina?
Left to write.
You hear that, Dina?
I've been working on this book.
30,000 words already.
And
can you imagine?
Into something
we're just kidding. Just kidding. Just JK.
It's called Love Letters from Versions of Myself.
Oh, and cute. I like that.
It's funny when I go back and I read over everything.
From versions of yourself. That's what we're saying. We like that.
Crazy.
At least she acknowledges.
So I'm really excited about that.
There's versions of herself.
Finish the book. But
ooh, I twisted my hair hecka tight, you guys.
Because I'm actually living it as I'm writing it. So it's just one of those things where I have to be patient, you know. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to share it with the world. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna make sense. Ooh. And it's gonna be very relatable. I feel like anybody that's going through a growing journey, they're gonna read this book and they're like, "Oh my God, it's not just me." Oh my God,
you know how it just be hitting you all of a sudden, like you'll be like la 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 la. I'm like, ew. You know how that happens? Like when they're fresh twisted, like all of a sudden, finally, it all catches up. You know that feeling? That just happens, you guys.
when you go through situations, especially the healing process and how difficult that can be, document what going through it is like. So that's why I really had to have a social media break.
Charlie Brown, shout out to
like
Charlie Brown.
Is when I was just like, I need to take a break.
Right on, Couture.
Because
She
I
is.
was so heavy
She already
into my
said she
journey.
had 30,000 words for her book. She got the words,
I
you
was heavy
guys.
into it. And I really wanted to make sure
she's a
that
wordsmith
I didn't
too.
repeat
That's what she
things
should
that
have used instead
I
of
was
her
learning.
hands
I
against
didn't want
Candiace,
any
and
more
she wouldn't have
texts.
to be
I
sitting here
said,
on
"Listen,
Instagram
guys,
for.
I want to go through this one time.
We would have been able to see it in front
and
of
I
our
wanna
face
get
on
it
the
right.
camera, maybe.
I do not want to have
You know what I'm
this
saying?
stuff, and I do not want to block anything.
This would have been a great
by
storyline.
repeating things.
But
I
no,
don't
now
wanna
we have to
block
hear
my
about it on
blessings. I don't wanna
Instagram
block my abundance. I don't
because
wanna
she decided
block my
not to use her
overflow, my
words
healing,
before. So this
my
is progression.
everything.
She's
I
using
didn't
her
wanna
words
block
now. I told you I would.
anything by getting it
So
wrong.
she
And I was
finished.
like, I want to make
I was
sure that I learned a
trying.
lesson. As
I was
difficult as it
trying.
may
I
be,
was trying.
taking those looks in the mirror and all
But
of
you guys
that,
are
and
right.
being
It's just
real
like,
with myself, like honest with myself, looking at myself in the mirror and saying, "This is what it is. This is who you are," and finding that balance. You know, being able to be triggered and to feel the feelings and not just stuff them down, which is what I used to do. I even said that on Real Housewives of Potomac. I was like, I would just take things and put it on the shelf. Like, oh, let me put you in a box, put you on the shelf. And I really thought that was cool. I really thought that
Lord,
worked.
can you put a pin
all I
in
did was
it?
just stuff it down. You know? So I said, you know what?
See, you wanted to talk to us. You had a lot more left to show us,
Let it
Monique.
come to the surface so I can clear it out.
You've been talking to us. It's an hour and 6 minutes into this
when I
live.
tell you it started coming out,
I might have talked 6 minutes when it started. Therefore, she's been talking for an hour. I get it, you guys. Thanks for coming through the LRGA Curves. Smash my buttons. Thank you for enduring this with me. Woo! It was right.
I'm still here. I am happy.
We still here too, girl.
This is the longest.
Oh, this is the longest.
Like it's been beautiful.
Oh, well, it has been. You've been saying some good stuff. Oh, I can't wait for you to STFU right now, please. Thank you for sharing, though. We love you. Oh my God, that was a lot. Are you done? Yes.
That's your next stream. Many streams. But I love that it's all just, it's just, it's not forced. It's not.
She's not
it's
done.
It's not a show. It's not putting on. It's not a mask. It's just me. It's
okay.
Me.
It's you. We know.
So.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it.
Right on.
All right, y'all. I'm about to get my babies in bed. Hang out with my mom for a little bit, who just got here in town today. And then I have to wake up super early for work tomorrow. So, yeah. Thank you for this, Monique. I think this was God, because this was what I was thinking before I logged on. Your life. Oh, thank you, V. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
Yes, this is time we cannot. I love reclaiming my time. You know that. She owes me an hour. Well, okay, at least 28 minutes. 20. I'll give her 21 minutes of what she said during this hour. She could have just stuck it there. But
you would never go wrong. It's very revealing when you start to choose yourself and create boundaries, because the people who root you on are the people that are really there.
Oh my God, she beat Dorito on being long-winded. That's hilarious.
Why you ain't hanging out no more?
That's hilarious.
They have an issue with you doing something better for yourself. Those are the people you need to let go. You need to let go. You know what I'm saying? So just onward and upward, move up, raise your vibration, be happy, operate from a frequency of love and optimism, and gratitude. Every day on my way to work, I drive in silence, and I am doing nothing but giving thanks. I'm thanking God for the situation that I'm currently in, even if it's rough, because I also realize that everything that happens to me.
This is a word, y'all. This is a word.
And if you can operate from a place,
gratefulness is the key to abundance.
Everything that happens is for your good, and you can see the good in every situation. And even if you can't see the good at the moment, you believe that this is happening to make me better. This is happening.
As a woman thinketh, so shall it be.
I need this to happen. Like,
okay, so now we're up to about 28 minutes of this hour. It's relevancy.
I have some lessons in here that I need to learn. When you realize that everything happens,
she's long-winded, Corey. I love you.
Your entire life changes.
Shorty.
It's all about perspective.
We're not plugged in.
And that's what I do. So every day, I thank God. I talk. I pour into myself. I affirm myself. I manifest and speak what I want for my future. And it's big to me.
I don't believe that she's ever silent.
Desire desires me.
Talks in her sleep, Dina. That's hilarious.
I'm magnetic.
She hasn't sipped any water.
I'm pulling it towards
Speaking of which,
everything that is good and everything that I am meant to have, I have.
My glass bottles are on the way.
I call my power.
My daddy was a glass maker. And glass bottles are very much better for you than these plastic.
I am confident and I love myself. I attract love, unconditional love. You know, like I say those things and I literally I pour into myself every day. Every single day, no matter what I'm going through.
You have to pour into yourself. Hydration is key.
Until I believe it.
Pouring into yourself is spiritual hydration, you guys.
Affirmations.
Don't have a dehydrated spirit.
And sometimes I would be reading these things, and in my head, I'm like, you know,
don't have a dehydrated spirit.
But I would keep reading it until I believed it. And the more I told myself that this is what I want to
told yourself, the more you taught.
If you focus on all of your issues,
did somebody ask her a question?
Your finances.
Did I miss something?
Like how your finances are, and all you're focusing on is.
Oh no, she was just giving us a word. I'm sorry. Let's receive the word. I'm sorry.
And more of that.
I'm sorry. She's speaking.
That is the key. That is the magic of life. Whatever you focus
on. The magic.
If you focus on who you don't want to be like, I ain't trying to be like that because that.
Guess what? That's what you're gonna be like.
Just like it because it's what you're focused on. It's literally where you're putting your energy. Literally. So instead of so what I would do is I would write down the things that I didn't want for myself, and then I would draw a line and I would write the positive version of that statement. So that changed my life. It really did because it allowed me to focus on more solutions,
right?
And it allowed me to focus on what I wanted to be versus what I didn't want to be.
Exactly. So I can see that happening.
Then that's what I'm going to get because that's where I'm putting
Baltimore is 94. Oh my gosh.
Mind Valley.
It's only 83 right here right now.
I did Mind Valley.
We're supposed to get to 97 today
with,
though.
Vision.
It's only 12:30 here though too.
What was it? Leading up to my divorce. Yep, I did Mind Valley. I did all of the visualization techniques and all of that stuff. Like
visualization is really good.
You can see it. Oh, this is one thing that I learned that I love telling people. Right before I get off this live and take my butt to bed.
Did you guys hear that?
You can have a desire. Like if you desire something, the reason you desire it is because it is.
She talk a man away.
It's within your reach.
I bet Chris Samuels' ears are happy.
You can't attain. That is just how life works. So that means that if you have a desire, say for instance, you desire to be rich and you feel it. You're like, I've had dreams where I was living in this mansion. I've had dreams where I traveled the world. That's because you're supposed to. So now you have to operate on that frequency. You have to
78,
so much
nice.
That you start drawing those opportunities.
That's one of my faves. Anything in the 70s is good for mama because we already talked about what's going to happen to the what's left of these baby hairs.
There was a point in time where I couldn't close my eyes for I would close my eyes and I would try to picture an apple or an orange or a tree.
I don't know. I don't want to touch them.
I could barely get the picture to develop right in my mind with my eyes closed, and then all of a sudden. I started to see the things that I said I wanted to visualize. I could actually see it. So then it was almost like I started creating these, almost like these scenes that I wanted to see. I would see myself on a beach. I would see myself, exploring a town.
Okay.
Or whatever.
All the people who are in here right now,
the first step to
let's use her technique. So let's put her to use. Let's all see ourselves something that we want positive. If it's on a beach, if it's 10 pounds light, if it's that account, whatever it is.
Exciting stuff.
I mean, that's all other stuff. Healthy.
I love talking about stuff like this
if it's, whatever it is, let's do it because that is a good technique. So let's take an opportunity. This was God talking through Monique. We endured all of that talking for this nugget right here. That visualization along with writing and declaring what it is that you want in this universe is possible. that's what's happening. So we listened to
I love
all
all
of that
of you.
womp womp
Thank you
womp
so
womp
much
womp to
for
get to the
watching me run
gym.
my mouth.
That
I love that
what you
I
focus
just
on
saw
is what's
111.
about to be. So it's not hocus pocus, it's
All right,
focus
y'all. Y'all have an
focus.
amazing,
And the message
evening.
is clear
Once
that
again,
if
happy
you
Freedom Day for those who
visualize
celebrate Juneteenth.
along with
And
claim and
take
write,
advantage of my sale in my store.
yes,
Meal Essentials. Shop
then that's what's about to happen.
Get 20%
So,
off on everything you purchase. My skincare line is there as well. 20% off.
Oh, you know what?
20% off
It's
is
a whole
huge
freaking
savings. That's a big
onesie.
deal. So,
It's a onesie, you
make sure you check
guys.
that out.
It's a onesie.
Yeah, catch me on
See, and
Saturday
then it has little
at
shorts.
the
Yeah.
Health and Wellness Expo
So,
sponsored by Black Girl Health. It's happening in DC.
Thank you. Right on.
9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I see myself
So
not
check
hearing
that
her
out.
anymore.
And also, make sure y'all check out my Bali trip if you want to go and be one of the 24
Bali.
Those 24 slots are going to go so fast. So to the lucky 24, I can't wait to meet y'all. We are going to have a life-changing time. So very excited. All right. Y'all have
right
an
on, Monique. Thanks for
morning.
sharing that.
You close your
Whoa.
eyes in your best timeline. In your best
Yes.
timeline.
I'm living in my most benevolent timeline. I am living in my most benevolent timeline. I am existing, creating, and harmonizing in my most benevolent timeline with you all here right now. Okay. So that was Monique, you guys.
Feel it.
That was a lot. Let's get a moment of silence, as Dre would say. Let's just be silent for a moment. That was a lot. Thank Monique Samuels. I thank her for that awesome share. That was very in depth. And some people aren't able to share like that. See, part of my 7-day mental diet is not to judge and criticize, but to see the benefit of what just happened. Okay, so let's see. So those nuggets that she left us with in the end were actually fantastic. Okay, they were fantastic. And didn't know that would happen right now. Get hit with extreme cotton mouth, the kind where your teeth or your lip is stuck to your teeth like that. Yeah. Don't want any of that. But yeah, so we listened to a lot of womp 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 womp. And then she was talking about the Traitors and said that the Traitors was trying to do some dirty stuff with her and Candy Girl. You are my world. Love so sweet. Candy. So, yeah, so then she was saying about the Traitors situation was that they wanted to bring Candiace on also, and she was able to find this out somehow. And she thought it was weird that Candiace being pregnant would have agreed to do the show, is what I heard. Maybe I made her say that. Maybe she didn't say that, because my ears were already like, oh my God, will you get to Traitors already? And so, and you know, the whole telephone game, so you guys heard it too, right? So what did you get from it? That it wasn't like she was blaming Candiace, but it did sound interesting that she said it would be weird to put a pregnant lady in that situation that could potentially be harmful, and in the same hour soliloquy have an opportunity to examine and claim her personal growth and how she's a different person, and she's different. Yeah, she's different. And so I'm not sure if that was like some kind of subliminal slip that there's something still in her that would have her snatch up Candiace now that Candiace is pregnant. Because Candiace wasn't snatching anybody, y'all. So I'm not sure how Candiace was going to make it dangerous, you know. And I'm feeling like a really powerful Black woman moment, a melanated queen, an Alkebalanian goddess, such as Monique. I feel like a real service to the culture and herself and her own legacy would have been to perhaps taken them up on it and mend the fracture and mend the fracture for all the world to see. Kind of like what K. Dot did with his friends when they popped out on. Yeah. So that uniting, man, so I'm from Oakland, but we did move to Los Angeles for some formidable years, including the year 1984 when colors, 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 colors. That, have you guys ever seen that movie Colors? Uh, well, watch it. That was like RIL at the time. Wait, IRL, RIL. It was IRL at the time for 1984, that whole song, movie Colors. You know how they say art imitates life? All of it. Okay. So, yeah, so that moment that K. Dot had was, I was here in my house, in my age, in that moment with goosebumps because I understood what it represented because I was also in LA during 1984. So all of that stuff that was happening in 1984 with when people were set tripping, and I have my cousin, okay? So I have my cousin set tripping. Translation is, so if you were affiliated with GANG, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I mean, you can't even say porn on here. You can't even say body parts on here without the people tracking you, you know. You can't even say free watermelon or nothing. Um, so, um, yeah, so the moment to see all of those sets up there not tripping. The translation of sets is when you're affiliated with the GANG and like you walk around like that's your block for real, and all of that. I know it's a whole complex and everything in there, but it's a whole culture because these people want to belong to something. They want to feel like somebody has them, they have somebody, and having that affiliation is much better than just having your ass out in these streets. Okay. And um, so yeah, so to see all the people not set tripping was incredible. To know that before, oh, something would have popped off. Somebody's a knucklehead would have had a knucklehead would have had a moment. He would have had something. Something would have happened. Okay, knuckleheads. And so that was like a really big feat because there was a whole movement prior to try to unite the specifically the Crips and the Bloods. I mean, I thought the Norteños and Sureños should have got some of that too, along with the Aryans and the motorcycle gangs and the Hells Angels and all of those. Like, I mean, if all of that united, could you imagine, but specifically among Black culture, it was the Crips and the Bloods. So to have that moment with all of those different sets up there, to have all of their performers, their perspective sets represented via talent was incredible. And I feel like Monique, see how it all came back? I feel like Monique could have gone on Traitors and used it as a unifying moment to shatter that leftover residue from when she partook of the handsing on Candiace. And it could have been a beautiful, beautiful reconciliation. It could have been a humbling. It could have been especially now that Candiace has this child in vitro, like, it could have been a full circle moment, because wasn't it Monique who was pregnant telling Candiace, I will whoop your butt pregnant and all? So to have a moment to come onto a show with a pregnant Candiace and make amends for the handsing and the mollywhopping that had happened and an authentic apology, and then they team up together and overcome everything and end up splitting the pot at the end. That could have been a beautiful moment. It could have been. Dare I say it could have been a magical moment? But what had happened was she got word that Candiace was going to be there, and she immediately put herself into that place where she was like, well, nope, don't want to do this. Can't do this without it being violent. But she was the only one that was violent. So she telling on herself, y'all. She telling on herself. Sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas, you know? Let's see, is it 87? It's only 87 right now. So let's get at these comments. So in order for Monique to do that, Monique would need to apologize and mean it. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. For me, as just an onlooker, as a person that, like, I think she's an excellent mother, a wonderful woman, a wonderful businesswoman, gorgeous, well versed, can articulate excellently. You know what I'm saying? She has a certain vibe. You know what I mean? For all of that to be true. Oh, this one too. Ooh. For all of that to be true, she also has this like great happening because that whole leftover thing with Candiace. At least in my opinion. Remember, it was going to be a blindside. Candiace has already said no. Yeah. And it was going to be a blindside. That's what I'm saying. So she found out about it and then was like, oh, heck no, you guys aren't going to put me in that kind of position. And so she decided to say no to traitors and tell them, by the way, don't call me in the future either because you tried to play me dirty. And I'm saying that instead of it be a dirty moment, why not clean it all up? Get gussied up. That actually maddens the masses a lot more, is a gussied up Negro. Anyway, don't Juneteenth me. Don't Freedom Day me. So I'm just saying, she missed a really brilliant moment. She had the upper hand. She could have played it any way she wanted. She would have. Okay. So we found out on Real Housewives of New Jersey that Teresa Von Teese was in fact preloading scenes and whatnot and information to bloggers, allegedly with proof, per Chrissy Balls on Instagram. Check her out. She is on Teresa's neck. She's on Teresa's neck. She is on Teresa's neck. Like Dracula, okay? Yes, like fresh turn Dracula. She's on that neck. She's not letting go. She like, nope, not done yet. They're trying to tell her. They're like, you're not supposed to bleed them out. She like, I'm taking my time then, because she's coming out with something every day on Teresa and Louie, on Teresa and Louie, on Teresa and Louie, on Teresa and Louie, right? So she was actually fabricating entire like freaking storylines, basically, because she was like, oh, hey, babe. See you later. So she was actually loading storylines to the bloggers and then being like, I'm going to say this to Gia so that it looks like I'm just talking to my daughter. As it turns out, Teresa was that smart, you guys, that she knew that talking to her daughter about these adult things would introduce it, but seem innocent at the same time. Teresa's that smart. Okay. So, anyway, she preloaded it in a negative way. Monique could have used this moment to be like, oh, that's what you're trying to play me dirty. And she could have not played into whatever they were about to happen. She could have done that, right? I think that would have been brilliant, actually, for the fiddle to play the fiddler. If I would have written, man, yada da 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 da, all day long, I yada da da da. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work. Oh, da 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 da. Remember Fiddler on the Roof? They used to be one of my fave plays. Um, yeah. So let's see some of these comments. Let's go over here to the comments. Comments, my dear. Oh, comments, comments. Let's get to the comments. Okay, I'm going to start here. At least there will be an editor. I zoned out while you were talking so long. I hear Charlie Brown. I'm a sane. She beat Dorito. Okay, we're catching up. I don't believe she's ever silent. She may need a friend. That's what I'm saying. You feel bad for her. That's right. She's just yapping. Where are her friends? See? Where are her friends? I'm sure she has friends. She's fabulous. She's fabulous. She had this on her schedule to do this right now. I'm positive. Let's give her that. Okay. I'm willing to give that to her. Yes, Lord, be more shorty. We are just sitting around like blobs because it's hot. Ooh, 94 degrees. It's hot. Have you guys tried putting the fan in front of even a bowl of ice? Put it in front of the fan if you're not going to do the entire, like, go out, get that old school styrofoam ice chest, circle a hole with your fan on one side, circle a vent on the other side, fill it up with ice, plug it in, bam, homemade air conditioner without the air conditioning bill. Have you guys tried that? We trying that. We do the ice in front of the fan for surely. I haven't had husband find me a styrofoam ice chest yet. They seem to like have gotten rid of them on top of the shelves at freaking the grocery store. Hmm. Well, we'll have to go look for those. Oh, you know it was going to be cute. Right on. Peace. You know where I got this? This is either Timu or Sheen. Timu or Sheen. Yes. You still like Monique. Right on. No, love her. We love Monique. We can love her. We love her and we like her. We love her and we like her. It's just I was wondering why she was going to miss an opportunity to like prove what she's talking about as far as she's changed. You know, that's all. Why did she have to bring up Candiace? That's what I said on the thing. Now, that's why Candiace is on the thumbnail and in the description. I'm like, now, how Candiace get brought into this? Now, why I in this? Why I in this? Why I in this? How Candiace get in this? Did she have to blow up Candiace's spot too? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think she was saying that Traitors was willing to risk Candiace's pregnancy to get her to come and exploit that old storyline. Yes, yes. But the only risk would have been Monique trying to mollywop her again and pick up where she left off. Pregnant women do a lot of different things. And the chores on Traitors aren't that strenuous. And if anything was, they wouldn't make her participate. People get to sit things out all the time on Traitors. Like not everybody does the stuff, right? Right? Or she got out soon. She wouldn't do anything to put the baby in trouble. I'm sure, you know. Yes, corn. Yes, speak on it. It sure was. In order for Monique to do that, she would need to apologize and mean it. It wasn't the same thing that she visualized. Remember, it was going to be a blind side. Candiace had already said no. I felt Monique tried to mom shame Candiace by saying it was weird that Candiace would go on the show pregnant. That's what I said. That's why I brought up, says the woman who the time before she chased Candiace around the barn and around the fountain, the season before that, she was like, I'll whip you, I'll drag you pregnant and all. Isn't that what she said while she was with child? But thanks for Karen. Karen. Thanks for carrying. Get all my syllables out, y'all. Carrying. Karen. I did throw in the actual Karen, though. I did. I just throw that in sometimes. Because that's some Karen stuff. Like, you're already doing it. Why are you calling the people on me? I felt Monique tried. That says that Monique isn't introspective and doesn't believe in forgiveness. That does speak volumes. I mean, like she literally sat here for an hour and she didn't say nothing about, oh, yeah, as a matter of fact, during my year, I realized that, you know, I was really sorry about what I did. So I XYZ'd and I changed this and now I'm a better person and I've created boundaries. So when I found this out on the show that they were going to try to use me and try to damage all this healing growth that I had going on, that I was like, you know, no, I'll pass because it's not for me, because I found a peaceful place. Not no, because it's going to be a dangerous situation. You know? Monique said, why would traders put them in that position? Yes. Why would Monique said, why would traders put them in that position, which says that Monique is still on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5, 10. Yes. Monique is still on 10, y'all. She wants us to believe that she's let it go, but I don't think she let it go. Yeah. I like Monique until she put her hands on Candiace, right? Then to not put blame on anyone spreading those vicious rumors about her family, right? She never got at Giselle for Ish. That was like the other great part, right? Like, so on one side grading is that she never apologized, and on the other side grading is that she never even projected any of that anger at the person who was the bearer of the rumor, of the hand pushing during the tussle. So she initiated contact that set and triggered Monique even further. And it's just like she never put it over there. So for her to still now preserve a space that there could possibly be an issue with Candiace now in 2024 does speak volumes. And then she called it a boundary, you guys. Is that a little gaslighting? That feels like a little gaslighting. Try to pretend like you come in peace. Anyway, same. I like Monique until I heard the rumors before she aired. I was done after that. Is Teresa dumb or is she smart? I mean, that's the freaking question. I mean, I think she's so smart she plays dumb. She's played for so long. She's played that for so long that, on the under, she's plotting storylines, setting up scenes, making sure Jennifer sends off the freaking screeners to the selected bloggers that they've selected. So she knows enough to keep her hands clean and a little bit of distance, allegedly, per Chrissy Balls and Melissa's Old Nose on Twitter. Check it out. Melissa's Old Nose. Yep. She dropped the bomb. Yep, she sure did. She was like, I'm not playing with Teresa no more. Nope, I'm not. Been playing with Teresa for 2 years now. Yep, sure was. Here are the receipts. Yep, here they are. Teresa's been sending me lines and telling me what to say about everybody, including her sister-in-law. Yep, sure did. Off of the show. Yep, sure happened. You guys could go check it out for yourself. Go check it out for yourself. At Melissa's Old Nose on Twitters and at Chrissy Balls on the IG. Check them out. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. I'm crazy, right? You don't have to believe me. Because everything I say is for entertainment purposes and allegedly. Okay? So remember that. Remember, what was that Palin lady? She'd be like, vote for me. Anyway, let's see. Love my comment song. Yeah, that was off top. Thanks. I'm going to have to rewind it. And maybe I'll let that be like the little thing when we go to comments from now on, like my little comments jingle. I did used to want to fancy myself to be a jingles writer. That's how old I am, you guys. Believe it or not, I'm old enough to think that I wanted to write jingles. Yeah. You guys know what a jingle is? It's not about Christmas. Thank you, though. That would have been a great jingle. Monique should have apologized, but she hasn't evolved. She's still very immature. Yes. So true. The hack works. Yes, that hack works. So you have to visualize, you have to write it, you have to claim it, you have to speak it. Okay. Now, the disciplining of the mind happens in the rearing of your thoughts to the point where you're about to think of some stupid something negative, or not even negative so much, like even like your current, like let's say something currently in your happening is not what you want happening, and you're focused on it because it's happening, right? So at the moment that you start to focus on the happening, focus on the desired happening. So don't even let your whole thought form about the current happening. Immediately replace that as soon as the tickle, the inkling, the slight, the vibe, the tickle, the whatever it is happens on that current thing that you don't necessarily want. As soon as that's about, because we know when it happens, we have that much control as long as the ooh, hi. As long as the, what's it called that they put in the chemtrails? Yeah. As long as that's not too thick on you, you should be able to have like that moment where you're like, okay, and replace it right there with what you really, 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 really want. And then write about that in your journal. And then meditate on that. And then every single time the current, whatever it is, if that's what it is, it could be a future outcome that you're focusing on also. The point is to focus on what the happening is that you want to happen, and they don't happen. Anyway, me and Monique got words, y'all. Let me get off here. Did I just see that the Chrisleys have a new update on the appeal? The mom may be getting released, and of course, they wasn't never going to serve all their time. Never. Yes, Chrissy is on it. Even less, what does it say? Even less, Monique had experienced losing a pregnancy. Candiace is at risk pregnancy. I wouldn't move till my baby is out safe and whole. Yeah, right? That's true. That's true too. She is technically, is she a geriatric pregnancy? Anybody over 34 is a geriatric pregnancy. I'm not sure how old Candy Girl is. Let's look it up real quick. Candy Girl, on my world, love so sweet. Candy, Candy Girl, Candy, Candy Girl. 37. She's a geriatric pregnancy, y'all. Geriatric pregnancy for Sholey. So yeah, you're right. Stay your ass at home. But she had already said no. So it wasn't going to happen. That's not a reconciliation I would want to do pregnant on TV after just escaping the stress. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad she did not consider these networks keep creating this situation for Black women to look bad. Yeah, I'm over this whole perpetuation of harmful stereotypes upon us. I am. And I'm glad Monique, for whatever her reason, decided not to participate in the treachery that would have been a continuation of a stereotype, the angry Black woman. You know what I'm saying? So she recognized that she wouldn't have been able to contain that in a way. So she created the boundary of not participating and not even giving them the opportunity to put her in any other similar spaces like that in the future. That's a beautiful moment. So thank you guys for being here, you guys. We have been on here live talking about The Traitors, a tale told by Monique Samuels, featuring Candiace Dillard Bssett. I love y'all. Go out and be fabulous. Happy Friday. And I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to smash the buttons. Thanks for engaging. I keep seeing things fly up. I love it. And yeah, thanks for coming through, everybody. Thanks for your support. Okay. Peace in, right? Let me just start. I'm from Oakland. We make up whole languages. ASCII 40.